Today's video is going to be about the Schrade SCHF3N. My name is Brian and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Okay, welcome back to Survival on Purpose. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, this video is going to be about the Schrade SCHF3N full tang knife. This is a good feeling knife. It's got a serious, nice handle on it, nice big blade. It's just a rock and roll knife. And this again, Schrade was kind enough to send me this so I could show it to you. And as you can see, it is brand new. We're gonna take a look at it, give you my first impressions of it, and then this is probably going to be one that's going to get a follow-up because this is just a really nice knife. I think I can just a feel of it is great. If you've seen Chris with Prepared Mind 101, did a torture test on this knife that is phenomenal. I mean, literally laid it on some creek bed rocks, was beating the heck out of it with other rocks, throwing rocks against it, just knocking it crazy. And it took a licking and kept on ticking like the old Timex commercials, if any of you guys are old enough, or gals are old enough to remember those. John Cameron Swayze, I think it was. So anyway, we're not going to strap this to the front of a motorboat and hit waves, but we're going to give it a little run through and see how well it does that knife stuff after we take a closer look at it. So let's readjust things. All right, once again, this is the Schrade SCHF3N Extreme Survival Full Tang Knife. This knife features a 6.4 inch clip point blade of 8CR13 MOV with a smooth black coating. Again, it is a full tang knife. It has a textured and grooved micarta handle slabs and a finger choil and jimping. Again, the blade length is 6.4 inches, which is 16.2 centimeters. Handle length is 5.6 inches, which is 14.2 centimeters, with an overall length of 12 inches, 30.4 centimeters. This thing weighs about 1.37 pounds or 621 grams. Okay, well that was the close-up pretty stuff of the SCHF3N from Schrade. And I can tell you this thing is really a very comfortable knife. It's got a big handle. If you got big hands, this is going to be fine for you. If you got small hands, it may actually honestly be a little too big. My hands are about medium, and this is a borderline of as large as I would want to go, honestly, with the handle. I like the fact it does have a choil on it, which really helps me out. But it's a very comfortable handle. It's kind of big, and you can see it's kind of fat too. There's nothing tiny about this, but it's a very comfortable handle, and it's even the jimping is not too aggressive. So some very good design. I like the clip point design. Solid as a rock. This thing just feels really solid. I really like the micarta handles. Not only are they very attractive in my opinion, they're also just really good, solid feeling handles. So I want to take a quick look at the sheath, show you that, and then we'll get to doing some knife stuff with this thing because it's getting dark on me, as often is the case. So here's the sheath, and it's got these loops on back for webbing or attachment, all kinds of different ways of attaching it. It's got a lanyard here, a leg loop at the bottom, another lanyard thing on it here. This has got a cord lock on this lanyard so you can strap it to your leg or whatever, or strap it to whatever you want to. A lot of grommets and holes all up and down the sides, as you can see here, to attach it however you want to attach it. It's also got a belt loop up top here. Has an adjustable snap retention, plastic liner for the blade, and this is a pretty good size pocket on front of it. This Velcro seal here, and it actually seals up really well. So that's the sheath. As far as sheaths go, I'm not as particular about sheaths as some people, but it's a functional sheath and does a pretty good job. So with that being said, take a look at a couple things that right off the bat that I see that we're going to talk about. But I'm guessing this thing is not going to have anywhere on it to strike a ferro rod. It's not a deal killer, but I like the fact I like my knife to strike a ferro rod. That being said, let's take a look at it and we'll readjust things. We'll get busy. Okay, so first thing I want to do is, it's a pretty hefty knife. I mean, it's almost 1.5 pounds. We'll go ahead and this is where I destroyed a ceramic neck knife. Go ahead and do a little chopping with it. And the lanyard's on my nerves, so I'm not a big lanyard guy for knives. I know a lot of people are. There we go, much better. Okay, so we'll do a little chopping here. And I know that a lanyard can come in handy, but for me, you know, just don't like them very much. I want to see how well it works without a lanyard, as far as for chopping and whatnot. So it kind of does okay. It's got enough of a little curvature here to kind of catch your fingers. Okay, now we'll see about chopping. See if we can chop this thing in two. See how well that works. Oh, it bites really good. Okay, you notice nothing wrong with the edge so far. By the way, this will be a subject for another video, but because I'm going to wind up with a rant, I'm already feeling it rolling up in me, and I'm trying to keep this professional here. So we're going to baton with this knife. Yes, we are going to baton with a knife. Okay, so yeah, it's a good idea to have an axe with you. But if you're stuck in a situation where you don't have an axe for whatever reason, and you need to split some wood to get to something dry, then at least you may want to, because I certainly do, want to have a knife that is capable of batoning wood without failing. The only way I know to determine if your knife is capable of batoning wood without failing is to try it. So we're going to give it a shot. This is probably about maybe even bigger than you want to exceed, but we're gonna pop this thing and have a look and see. So let's just give it a whack. We're tapping on the very, okay, so this wood was not that, it's pretty rotten there. Okay, let's try this one. I don't know if it's any better or not. It's just a piece of wood. The back side's kind of split out on it, but it looks pretty tough. We'll see how tough it is. Feels tougher than me. Yeah, okay. I like to give it a good test. All right, well, started out tougher anyway. Anyway, close enough for me. As you can see, blade is still in good shape. Everything's good, not bent, not messed up. So we've done some chopping, done some batoning. Let's just do a little bit of carving, see how well it works. I am going to use a choil here. We're going to get some of this bark off of here. See what we got. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to chop it in two. Then we're going to do exactly as I would if I were in a survival situation, and we're going to split it down a little bit more. If I'm trying to build a fire, that's probably what I'm going to wind up doing. And in my opinion, even if I have an axe, when you get to this size here, it's a lot easier to split it with a knife than it is an axe. But again, that's just my opinion. We'll split it down one more time. We all know what opinions are, right? So, okay, so we got some angles to work with now here. See if I can do a little better job. It's always easier for me, anyway, to make a feather stick starting on some angles than it is on a nice, smooth, round surface. And that's just, maybe that's just my inadequacies, because I am not super outdoorsman. I'm just a guy with a video camera trying to have some fun here and maybe give you an idea of what a knife can or can't do, and at least give you my take on what I think about it. So, but I'll say, you know, not too shabby, to be honest with you. So, okay, so here is where I think we might have a problem. Got a ferro rod here. I got a knife here. I don't see anywhere on the knife, to me, that looks like it's going to strike a ferro rod. So just to show you that the ferro rod, let's just see. And I am obviously, once again, proven wrong, because it's doing a pretty good job. I'm surprised by that, I'll be honest with you, because I would, you know, it looks pretty rounded to me, but I guess the edge of the roundness is pretty good. So why not try this? I've not had very much success at all with poplar, but actually, let's get a piece of fat wood. Since I happen to have some right here, got a piece of fat wood right here. Let's just notch us off a piece, and well, probably not exactly the best way to do it. Yeah, okay, let's do it this way. We'll just carve us off some feathers here. Because what we can't do, I don't think, is going to, I don't know if it's, well, what do you know? Look at that, it's even scraping. I'm really surprised by that, to be honest with you, because I didn't think it was going to do that. I didn't think the edge was sharp enough to do it, just from feeling of it and looking at it. But as it turns out, it's actually doing a pretty daggum good job, if you can see that. So, well, let's just try it and see what we get here. Okay, well, what do you know? I'm surprised and pleased. Shows what I know. Okay, well, that was everything I think that we need to look at on this knife. Uh-oh. You didn't really think I was going to forget that, did you? Okay, well, so there you go. I think, wow, flying colors. This thing is absolutely rock solid. Now again, this is my initial impressions, and again, Schrade was kind enough to send me this. I didn't buy it, they sent it, so I want to be clear about that. But, and quite honestly, I was, when I first saw this, up until the actual time it happened, there was no way you would have convinced me that this was going to strike a ferro rod. It's just very rounded, very comfortable, you know, and I thought, well, you're going to sacrifice some utility for comfort. Not so. It actually, it's a big solid hunk of steel, and it did a great job on chopping. It's got enough mass, enough good, the way the handle grip is, it's just really did a good job to let you chop. Batoning, you can baton a pretty big chunk of wood with this, beat the heck out of it, it's not gonna hurt it. Carving, did a great job on the feather sticks and carving. It did the ferro, I mean, it did everything I asked it to do, and I have no doubts it's going to hold up to a long-term evaluation, which it's going to get, because this is just a solid knife. I didn't show you that it's got this extra exposed tang here. Actually, you can beat stuff with that, but you know, lanyard hole, whatnot. So I hope this has been helpful. If you're looking for a really, really solid knife that's under 50 bucks, man, this is I think this could be a good choice for you. You know, there's a lot of good choices out there. This could be one of them. That's the Schrade SCHF3N. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing, for clicking that thumbs up, letting Google know you like this kind of videos, and sharing it with your friends, and clicking on my website at survivalonpurpose.com, and Survival Scouter at Twitter, and Facebook Survival on Purpose, and all those things. I really appreciate all your support, watching the ads, and clicking the Amazon links to do your shopping through my links. I really appreciate it. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.